A lot of times in the previous exercises, I have referred to like an independent clause or a dependent clause, and I've given you some inclination as to what they are, but now we're really going to focus on them. And all that an independent clause is it is just another name given for a complete sentence. That means that there is a subject, a verb, and it is a complete thought. You don't need any more information to have a clear picture of what's going on. And a dependent clause is a group of words that cannot stand alone as a sentence. It depends on something else to make it complete. If you think about it, someone who is independent, their personality makes them able to do things on their own. They don't need anyone's help. They're fine just by themselves. Whereas a dependent person needs to rely on someone else to get things done. The same thing goes with a dependent clause. It needs something else to make it complete. Your three examples are when the motorcycle skidded across the road after the plant on the front porch died, and that bothers me. And your dependent clauses can function as adverbs, adjectives, or nouns. And we're going to learn about how dependent clauses can function as an adverb clause. Now, if you remember, an adverb is a word that modifies, which means describes, a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. And adverb clauses are usually easy to spot because they begin with a subordinating conjunction. And if you'll remember, subordinating conjunctions are aweebuses, and I've given you a whole list of subordinating conjunctions. You probably want to study, no, I'm going to say probably, you need to study this list. You need to know what is on this list. Doing so will decrease your frustration and impatience with trying to identify an adverb clause. Okay, an adverb clause functions just like an adverb. It modifies verbs, and it can also modify adjectives and adverbs. Now, in your three examples, the italicized phrases are dependent, but since they begin with a subordinating conjunction, it lets us know that we have an adverb clause. Since the chairman was absent, because we hadn't eaten since breakfast, and than I do are all adverb clauses. And adverb clauses tell us the following things. They tell us when something happened, where, why, how, and to what extent. So, for example, while Lucy cleared the table, Danny washed the dishes. So you have to ask yourself, when you have to ask yourself, when did Danny wash the dishes? And the answer is while Lucy cleared the table. So you're kind of focusing on the verb washed. In where, you have to ask yourself, where will you follow? And that is wherever you lead. Why did you stay late? And that is because he needed help. How did he cry? As though his heart would break. And to what extent did he run? He ran as fast as he could. So you need to look at verbs and then ask yourself, when did something happen? Where did something happen? Why did something happen? How did something happen? Or to what extent did something happen? Again, your adverb clauses will always begin with a subordinating conjunction. And also, if you want to test to see if you have an adverb clause, what you can do is you can change its position within the sentence, and if it still makes sense, then chances are you have the adverb clause. The example says, when I saw his face, I wept with joy. And if we just switch those two around, I wept with joy when I saw his face, the sentence still means the same thing, so when I saw his face would be an adverb clause. For your practice, all you need to do is write down the adverb clause that is found in each sentence.